This is a video on the applications of cellular respiration in a real-world topic. The topic is going to be how beer is made. Let's talk about beer first. What are the two best parts of beer? It is alcoholic and it is carbonated. So maybe cellular respiration has to do with that. Maybe. We're going to talk about what goes into a beer. Keg. A keg, it's airtight, it's full of beer juice, I don't know, water, fruits. Start with yeast. So what does the yeast do? Well, the yeast actually, being an organism, it's fungus. And what the yeast actually does a sort of cellular respiration, an anaerobic kind. It is going to commit to alcohol fermentation. It's not going to commit. It has to, or it'll die. And let me spoil it for you. Yeah, it's going to make alcohol and CO2. So let me show it to you here. So we're going to take our yeast. There's yeast here. We're going to, for the yeast, you know, a brewer is going to add some glucose. Starches from barley or something. Some sort of grain. We're just going to add glucose. On that microscopic level, we're going to add some glucose. And this yeast is going to find itself some glucose. What really happens, it takes it into the cytoplasm and it goes over the first stage of cellular respiration for any organism, which is glycolysis. Now what glycolysis does, it breaks down one glucose molecule into two equally separated pyruvates. That's what they're called. They're molecules. So if a glucose is 6 carbon atoms or whatever, then a pyruvate is 3 carbon molecules. So, you know, you can see 2 times 3, that make, when it's 1, it's 6. So when you split it, this yeast here is gonna, boom, it's gonna turn it into a pyruvate, and I get the other one. What happens to the pyruvates? Well, the yeast isn't finished, because all the energy that the yeast got from breaking the glucose down into these 2 pyruvates is now gonna be used to break the pyruvates down. Oh my god. What's gonna happen to the pyruvates? Well, let me tell you. Let's go one at a time. Starting, we're gonna go on this pyruvate here. He's got some yeast on him. He's getting all broken down. So this pyruvate here is gonna turn into 2 molecules. You're gonna get ethanol molecule, carbon dioxide molecule. You're going to split up into these 2 by way of yeast. It's also gonna find itself some ATP. So yeah, it's gonna make 1 ATP molecule too. And now this pyruvate is spent, because now it's turned into these 3 things, basically. Well, this ethanol and this carbon dioxide here actually go by different names in the beer circle. This ethanol is actually alcohol, and the CO2 and all his buddies make up the carbonation. So we found it now, right? The yeast takes glucose from grain, breaks it down into pyruvates, breaks them down into alcohol, carbonation, some energy for themselves, and then when they run out of glucose to break down, they all die, and the alcohol, carbonation, stays inside. And that's what makes the good beer juice. Thanks for watching. You know, if you got any questions, I can't answer them. Just research it yourself. See ya.